Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the full review for this Realme Narzo 30 Pro smartphone, and I've been using it for the last 11 days. So in this video I'll share my experience and I'll divide it between the pros and cons, and I've made a list of both the pros and cons. So we'll go over that, what I liked and what are the things that I did not like. And as of now, this has to be one of the most affordable 5G smartphone in India. And guys, here are the specs. Again, watch my unboxing video to get a more detailed hands-on overview. We'll just proceed with the pros and cons in this video. So okay, here is the device, and the first thing that I liked on this device is the screen on this one. It's having a 6.5-inch screen and it's an IPS LCD screen, guys, and the quality of the screen is actually really good on this one. That matters. How is the quality? It shouldn't fade with colors and all this thing. So that way I would say the quality of the screen was very good, and even when I was watching a lot of videos, I watched a lot of content on this, the experience was good. Another thing that I really liked is that the screen is actually really bright on this one. I'm not keeping it on auto brightness because my camera, it goes very bright, but the brightness is good. And if you keep it on auto brightness, and even if you go outdoors, it's easily visible because it can go pretty high to about 600 nits. So outdoor visibility is also not an issue. So they have put a good quality screen. And another good thing that I like is that this is having that 120 hertz refresh option if you go to display. And guys, I have been actually using this not in the 60 hertz, and if I go over the screen refresh rate, I've just kept it to auto. So whenever it requires, it goes to 120, and when it doesn't require, it goes to 60. And I've been using it at this, and what I liked is the optimization is very well. As you can see, you don't get those jitters or something that is there on some of the smartphones that implement this. That way it's very smoothing, and you don't have to worry about it. And I did all my testing, guys, on this auto mode, and then also I actually got some very good battery life. We'll talk about the battery life in the later part of the section. So in terms of screen quality, yes, it's not an AMOLED screen, but they have put a very good quality screen that I would not complain. And you have that 120 hertz option. And this is regarding the design, guys. The design is good, and this has a 5000 milliamp hour battery, and I like the design of this one. The back is not glass, guys, but again, it's not that cheap quality plastic that shows every fingerprint. This actually resists the fingerprints, and I like this in this gray color. Actually, it looks pretty elegant, and we have that corners over here, rounded corners, so when you hold the phone also, it is actually good to hold. It doesn't poke or something. So that way I feel in terms of ergonomics they have done a good job. Also, coming to the weight balance, the weight balance of the device is good. Though it has that 5000 milliamp hour battery and the 6.5-inch screen, it's not super heavy. In fact, I would say in terms of weight balance for a 5000 milliamp hour phone, they have done a good job. It weighs just about 196 grams, so it feels actually comfortable to hold. Okay, next what I noticed is the fingerprint scanner is here on the side. We have seen this in a lot of smartphones, and again here, as you can see, the moment you touch, it works very responsive. So in terms of the fingerprint scanner, I would say no issues. As you can see, I can just touch and it unlocks, and it's super reliable. You always also have this face unlock if you want. I didn't enable it because the fingerprint scanner was so good. Anyways, next is regarding the processor that is used on this one. This is the same processor that was used on the Realme X7. It's the new MediaTek Dimensity 800U, and guys, this is actually a brand new processor, and it's a very power efficient processor. It's based on the 7nm process, and this is actually a 5G chip, and I have to say the performance of the phone is very smooth with this processor. As you can see, I'm using this for the last almost like 11 days with both my SIMs, that's Airtel and Jio, and I never had an issue. I did not face any lagginess or anything while using the phone. Even with that 120 hertz, I didn't get any jitters or anything. So in terms of day-to-day performance, it handles it without any issues. And the good thing is that it's a 5G chip, and I did check, guys, the 5G bands. Many of you ask, and here is a screenshot. As you can see, notice the last one, it has 5 5G bands that are supported, and this is actually pretty good. This, because many of the smartphones, you know, they claim 5G just having 1 or 2 5G bands. This has 5 5G bands. And yes, 5G right now we don't have it in India, but we know that it's going to come out soon. Incidentally, just about last month, Airtel did some trials with 5G here in Hyderabad, and Jio also committed that by end of 2021 they'll have 5G in certain regions, and 5G should come out by next year. So again, you are getting that 5G functionality with this, making it sort of future proof, I would say. And I like like the fact that this smartphone actually has 5G on both the SIMs. It's not like only one SIM is 5G enabled. So that way I like it. So again, I feel that way it's future proof, and I like the chipset. The chipset is very, very good, very efficient. In fact, I would say in terms of battery life, this actually surprised me. It has that 5000 milliamp hour battery, and here are some of the screenshots. As you can see, just notice closely the standby time. It's almost over 2 days almost every time when I use. I didn't have to charge this device every day, and every time I was getting a screen of time almost excess of 8 hours. As you can see in one of the screenshots here, I got over 9 hours of screen on time, and this is the regular usage, guys, with dual SIM that I was using. So it's not with a single SIM. So that way I would say the battery optimization and the chipset is actually really, really good on this one. I'm actually impressed with this Dimensity 800U chipset. Another thing is that some of you have asked me, does this phone heat up while you're using the phone, watching YouTube videos, doing your regular stuff? No, that is also very good. The phone hardly heats up when you're using it. In fact, I did some gaming also, guys. I played Call of Duty on this one, and I'm not a big gamer guy. The Call of Duty actually works fine, but for some reason the graphics setting max is set to medium. I think so that's the problem with the optimization of Call of Duty, because this is a very new chipset. But again, for gaming, I would suggest watch Dhananjay's video. I was seeing his video. He actually played PUBG. He told, let me just get out of this Call of Duty. Actually, I'll leave the link of Dhananjay's video. He actually played PUBG, and he said that he was able to play it at, what do you say, high settings, and also the gyroscope and all this. So the gaming performance is also pretty good. But yeah, for Call of Duty, I think so the developers need to actually enable high graphics settings, because this phone is capable. Anyways, moving to the next thing is that the general performance is also very good on this smartphone. As I've told you, I did not exhibit any, what do you say, lag or anything on this smartphone, and even the RAM management is actually good. It does not have that tendency to boot out all the apps actually quickly. You might be saying the battery life is very good, so the RAM management might not be good, but that was not the case. Many of the apps actually stay in memory. In fact, Truecaller also works on this one. So that way I would say it's a good phone. As you can see, yeah, YouTube I had opened in the morning and it loaded perfectly fine. So RAM management was also good on this smartphone. The general performance, I have no issues. In fact, coming to the call quality, the call earpiece is also very good. As I've told you guys, I tested this with Airtel and my Jio SIM, and here I used it in Hyderabad and I did not have a network issues. In fact, Wi-Fi calling is also enabled on this smartphone, and it works both for Airtel as well as Jio for me. Regarding the camera, as you can see back, if you see, it has the triple camera setup, and the main sensor is a 48 megapixel. Then we have that 8 megapixel that's ultra wide, and then we have a 2 megapixel. And as you can see, these are some of the sample shots that I have taken with this device. And yes, outdoor it does actually a pretty good job, as you can see with the sample shots. But what was the biggest surprise to me is that even in indoor artificial lighting conditions, this one performed way better than what expectations that I had. Because what happens is, specifically in indoor lighting conditions, these cameras tend to show their weaknesses. Here I feel it performed much better than what I was expecting, as you can see with the sample shots. And I think so that is possible because of the optimization. We know that we are seeing this 48 megapixel camera sensor for a long time. Looks like Realme has already used these sensor for a couple of years, so they have really worked on it, so they are able to bring out the best from that camera sensor. So the camera performance was actually pretty good, I would say, even in indoor lighting and not that great lighting situation, which was a surprise. And even the front facing 16 megapixel camera, as you can see, actually performed very well. Just disable the beauty modes and stuff, then you'll get actually pretty good results. In fact, I was pretty happy with the camera performance of this one. In fact, some of you asked, this phone does support even Gcam. In fact, watch this video from Technology Jog, that is Sundar. He actually put out a dedicated video using Gcam on this smartphone. So yes, it's possible to use Gcam, and that way you can get actually even better results with the camera. But again, all these samples that you saw with this was with the stock camera app, and even with that one, the performance was good. So again, that is good thing. Now let's move to the some of the cons that I have noticed with this device. And the first con is that this is a new phone, and if you go to the about the phone, here, as you can see, it's still running on Android 10, and it is with the Realme UI version 1. So I feel this should have come out with the Realme version UI 2, because that comes with the Android 11. And I did check with the Realme officials, and the reply what I got is that definitely this smartphone is getting the Realme UI 2 that will be on Android 11. But when I asked when, they just didn't give me a date. They just said it's going to come out soon. So I don't know when it will come out, this month or next month. But yeah, the Android 11 update that is with Realme UI 2 is going to be coming on this phone. I just don't know the exact time frame. Anyways, moving to the next thing is regarding the bloatware and stuff. And if you've seen my unboxing video of this smartphone, you could uninstall a lot of bloatware on this one. In fact, a lot of Realme apps also you can actually remove on this. As you can see, you can remove this Realme, some of the Realme apps also you can remove. But there is one app that I do not like on this smartphone that is pre-installed, and this is this browser app. And if you go to the screenshots, I did actually save some screenshots. Let me actually show you that. This browser app actually sends unnecessary notifications, and that is actually irritating. As you can see, this browser app, and hey fun, I could uninstall. This keeps sending you notification every day. I get about 2-3 notifications, and you cannot uninstall this app. If I go over here, then uninstall option is not there, but you can actually disable this. Just go to this app info, and here as you can see, the disable option is not there, but you can actually avoid those unnecessary notification. Just go to manage notification and just gone. So yes, I don't like that you cannot uninstall it, but that way you can remove that unnecessary notifications that you get. Apart from that irritating browser app that was sending me notification, I did not find any other nagware as of now on this smartphone during the 11 days of my usage. Anyway, so moving to the next thing is regarding Wi-Fi on this one. And I don't know guys if it's just my unit. The Wi-Fi, it has both the 2.4 gigahertz as well as the 5 gigahertz band. But for some reason, I noticed that the Wi-Fi on the 5 gigahertz band, for me, the range was simply not that good. Just about after about 15 feet, it was just losing the connection for the 5 gigahertz band. But for the 2.4 gigahertz band, the range was actually really good, and in fact much better than generally what I get. So I don't know if it's just my unit, but 5 gigahertz band range was not that great for me. Now moving to another thing that is regarding this is nitpicking guys. As I've told you, we have that Wi-Fi calling on this one. If I go on Wi-Fi calling will get enabled by default on this one, and that's good. But again, I wish they had a quick toggle option to disable Wi-Fi calling. Right now, if you want to disable it and you want to use Wi-Fi, you have to go deep inside the settings to disable it. So they should actually just give a toggle over here. Hopefully they do that with the OTA update. And this is a small nitpicking that I noticed, but anyways, thought of talking to you. But now let's also talk about carrier aggregation, and some of you have asked me about it. And as I've told you guys, I'm using it here with both my Airtel and Jio SIM. And personally for me, Airtel, I don't know what's wrong with Airtel these days. Here in Hyderabad, I'm not getting that 4G plus with even high-end Samsung phones or whatever. So that 4G plus is but with Jio, I actually get that with some of the smartphones, higher-end smartphones. Here, I'm not getting that 4G plus signal on the Jio SIM. So as of now, for me here in Hyderabad, the carrier aggregation is not working. But some of you asked me on Twitter, and I replied it's not working. And they actually forward me this page from Realme support. And some of you guys asked, and Realme guys replied that this device supports carrier aggregation. So I don't know, as of now in Hyderabad at least it's not working. It might work in your region, but for me personally, it did not work. Anyways, moving to the next thing is regarding the SIM slots. It's a dual SIM hybrid, guys. I wish they gave a dedicated micro SD card. I feel every smartphone under 20,000 should do that, but we have a hybrid slot on this one. And regarding the variants also, guys, we have two variants of the smartphone that are actually sold. The base variant comes with 6 gigabytes of RAM and 64 GB of storage, and then we have the higher end variant that comes with 8 gigabytes gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. I feel they should have also introduced one more variant in the middle that comes with 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. So that is something I feel should have been there. So now let's also talk about the pricing of the smartphone. The base variant is priced at 17,000 and the higher end variant that comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM is for 20,000. I feel the pricing could have been a little bit more aggressive. I would have loved if it would have started at about 16,000, but I was actually checking the Flipkart page and I don't know how long that offer will be there, but initially at least for now it's showing that you can get 1,000 rupees discount on these smartphones if you're buying it from Flipkart and if you use ICICI cards. So effectively it works out to about 16 or 19,000. Yes, there is that slight premium that you are paying for this one, but guys, remember, this is a 5G ready smartphone. Yes, we don't have 5G right now, but again, if you are sort of a person who likes to keep his smartphone for 2 or 3 years, then I feel having 5G is a good investment. And also don't forget that guys, the Dimensity 800U chipset is actually a very good and a very power efficient chipset. So overall, I would say I was happy with this smartphone, and I always say that I have to test a lot of smartphones, and whenever I feel like not removing my SIM from a particular smartphone, that's a good smartphone, and that was the same case with this one. Anyways guys, that's it for now for this review of this Realme Narzo 30 Pro. And guys, if you're still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Anyways guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care guys.